Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Mr. JP and today I'm playing the new update of Out of Ore. And I'm sorry for the long break everybody, but things have been happening and I just couldn't make videos, I don't know why. But yeah, so this is the new update to Out of Ore and I'm just going to go into the new style menu. It's also new, it's also pretty. And on the subject of new and pretty, let's just do something crazy. Let's throw it up there. With a bit of that. Don't know whether that's going to instantly affect what we see, or whether I'm going to have to reload the game for those settings to take effect. Yeah, a little bit of judder there. Okay, so the joy of the new Out of Ore is you can run around a lot. However, if we go in, I think it's that direction. Yeah, this is where Mr. JP gets lost his first time out in the game. But I don't think I'm going to. I think I know where I'm going. Because this is the same map that we've been playing before. I'll be interested to sample the new maps later on. But for the moment, the game is pretty basic. Things are a little ropey. But as you can see, there's certain terrain features that I'm recognising here. This is where my old mine used to be, pretty much. This is as close as my road ever got, I think, in a finished form. But this is the seam that I want to work on this time round, over here. This is one good size. So, yeah, now we're where I want to work. Go to the bank, take out some loan. This is the first thing, it says loan 10k, but that is adding more than 10k each time I click. So, how much is it adding? 46, 59. It's adding 13. Now it does say 30% interest on all loans taken. So my total debt would have an extra 3 grand, so maybe that does work out. So you can only borrow a mil. We'll have my old favourite, the 501, I think. This is an essential now at the moment because you can't hand smooth. And so we will check out those two machines. So, new thing, the inventory. Cash can go in there for the moment. Take the Arvik. You see this smoky thing. And if you reset all the controls when you first start playing, you'll find that you just click and in comes. They're going to change the Russian helicopter, by the way, just in case anyone recognised what that is. But yeah, we have the new 501, which is a nice little model. Let's raise that up. Turn off the parking brake. Go for a little drive about. But yeah, initially I like it. It's very tidy. I have had a little play. I'll confess this isn't my first play. This is my second play. I have another map where I've been messing around and just generally making a mess, I think would be the best term for it, for what I'd been doing. So yeah, but it meant that I learned a few things and you didn't have to put up with the utter wreckage that was the first couple of versions. We're into the second or yeah, the second update to the update, I think, by memory. So yeah. I should be able to call this in. I'll call it in over here for the moment. There we go, one roller. Excellent. Now we will have some of the new machinery, because well, first we're going to need some floor. Gonna need some wall as well. And probably going to also want some of those. So yeah, we've got a few more bits and pieces in here. For the moment, we'll just grab the hopper. I'll come back later for the other bits. Okay, one thing I have learned is pretty much like in the older version, you want to work off of a smooth, straight face. So it's pretty critical, really, how you lay this first block. You want it in line with where you want to run machinery and a few other bits and bobs, which may not seem important now, but you'll see why later. The new building system's a little easier to use. As you can see, you look at an edge of a tile and it will bring up a snappable position. Needs a little bit of work, a little bit ropey perhaps, but all in all, not a bad showing, in my opinion. So now, which way round do these go in? That's what I'm going to need here. So once you know your way around these menus, you can snap to it using the bar. It's quite handy. Now, I got this to work the other day, but it's not going to have it today. Oh, there we go. One there. There we go. Right, so having got those in, I think I'm doing this from the right direction. You can sort of, by getting those in your viewpoint, line it up on them. Now this is the tricky bit. I know what I haven't bought. Something that's always worth buying. The ability to demolish stuff. So now, hopefully, I hope I put that in the right way around. Oh yes, I have. Okay guys, just for reference, hoppers empty to the left as you look at them, which is a worthy piece of information. So, that's got all that in. Those are lined up. You'll have to excuse me today, everybody. I'm a little bit croaky. Sorry about that. Right. So, having got this in here, it's a little edgy, but no, I can't do it from down there. could do it from up here. Yeah, it would probably help if I put a floor in, I know, but... As I say, you have to look around a bit to find those snap points, but they do exist. They are there. So, that's got that like that rigged up, that's got that like that, okay. I think I'm going to need one of those on the top of there to mount these off of. Okay. Yeah. No, we're going to need to try another one. This is what I mean, it's all about experimenting with this game at the moment. So, hold down right mouse button allows you to rotate the object. You have to build on stuff now, you can't just attach things to the sides. Okie dokie. This is going to, once I get the knack of it, be a fairly fast way of building. And it is just a matter of fighting for the knack. We spent 3 months playing a very different version with a very different construction mechanism. And I'm hoping that once I've gone through this and got the knack of it, that this will be actually a vast improvement over the old system. I think it already is. It's got its glitchy moments like now, where I'm trying to position stuff down in there and not really doing what I want to. But I don't think we need those anyway, so... All this isn't necessary, by the way, it's just me having a play, showing what can be done, and where some of the glitches are. That's a little awkward, but we got there. There we go. Okay, so we have the hopper. Right. Got some floor to it. Yep. Okay. Going to empty these bits into here. I do like this bigger inventory setup. It's a little nicer. Probably going to need that again actually. Go to the buy and for this experiment we're going to need the sorter. Going to need a turn to the right. Going to need a sell point. Going to need one of them, going to need one of them. Okay. Check those bits out. Now to attach these things on, you just look at the end and it goes to attach, like so. That wasn't a good move. Darn. Okay. So that isn't going to work. So, put in that conveyor instead. Back to the shop. I'd forgotten how big that was, and still, you learn. So there we've got a sorting drum that goes out to here. Okay. Yeah, right. Put the sail point straight on there. Left-hand turn on, because this is the waste output. Be smart about it. I think I'm just going to leave it at that for the moment, actually. Okay, so that's the sail unit that sells everything that goes out of that drum. And we've got a waste out. And we've got a hopper. So we should be ready to rock. I'll get rid of some of these trees in a minute by dumping some dirt. Okay. Really get the roller out and smooth this road out, but I know what's about to happen, so we'll do that in a minute. So yeah, we're back to bulls, is the way you might look at it. So that scrape will do for the moment. See how this works out. So they drop into the hopper. I didn't have to back away from it. Maybe the update did happen. Okay. 1.1 million that I have, which seems... I only borrowed a mil to start with, and I've bought a lot of stuff, so that seems a bit interesting. But we'll go with it. We'll go with it. I think there might be a financial problem, by the way. I didn't mention that. But pretty much I don't think you can't make a profit at the moment for testing purposes, so that you can buy all the equipment and try stuff out. So we'll have a quick play here. We'll have a quick play. It's a matter of not worrying about being messy either these days, shall we say. So the drum's running, it should be selling. There's no way of checking any of this, but I've got material coming out. As you can see, it's an interesting mix. So it's time for the experiment. Add a conveyor sorter. I used the conveyor left, so I should need another one of them. Put that on there. May require some inventiveness. Yeah, the other thing I better remember to buy before I forget about it. One of these. A refueling station for the vehicles. It's necessary, you know, this fuel stuff keeps things going. Alright, let's see what happens now. That's the first thing that's going to happen, actually. That was interesting. I don't know what that dirt was doing, but it didn't look like... Oh yeah, it has formed ground. Okay. Just takes a second or two for the train to mod by the looks of it. That's a much more satisfying bucket full. Now, bucket lock, I don't think there is one. So things get spilly and things get bumpy. It's worth smoothing your roads. At the same time, building up a layer to drive on means no vegetation in the way. So, kinda handy. So yeah, that's all running away. Drums are doing their thing. We'll take another couple of scoops and go and have a look at what's going on. 2.8 mil. So that's the debt paid. Okay, right. Fair enough. Let's go in over here and take another scoopful. And see what's going on. So there appears to be waste coming out there. Okay. Whoa, tail's a little bit whippy when the bucket's got a load in it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Not seeing too much of a frame rate drop or anything, so I think we might have a win on the frame rate problem, which is nice. Gives me less to moan about, which I quite like. I don't like being moany. Tree regrowth is a little bit extreme. Personally, I think this whole tree regrowth thing should be turned off. Once a tree is destroyed, it's destroyed. Give us trees to replant so that we can terraform our mines again after we finish. Get into the land restoration business, or reclamation, or whatever they call that thing when they turn it back into the land that it was before the mine was there. Guess you could call it restoration of habitat. Don't know if this ball's worth anything, but it's going in just to see if it can be done. It can be done. There is perspective here for something. Okay. Let's go over to the back here and see what's over here. Just for fun. One of the things I did learn in my last game, which is why I started this new one for this video, is don't use GPS. At the moment it appears to be bugged. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I ended up with 3 separate lots of machines overlaid over one machine, and there was 3 sets of GPS hovering in the air near the bulldozer. It was all a bit weird, and it was stopping the machinery from working because they weren't interconnected properly, and yeah, it was pretty bad. It took a while to sort out, but I'm pretty sure that game's bugged. So 3.2 mil. Okay. Well, let that process. You still can't work cliff faces very well. See that overhang that just formed in front of my bucket then? If they get wedged under the bucket, it can cause you all sorts of trouble. End up with a vehicle that's sort of got its back end jammed in the air with the bucket up. You lower the bucket, the back end of the vehicle drops, things get a bit easier to control. But yeah, it was a bit manic for a little while. There we go, get that one in there. Right, back this machine up a little, over there. One of the nice things, you can now tab between machines. Get the roller out, give it a quick roll around this area, make things a bit smoother on the driving. Get a little bit of a smooth area to work with, and things will improve a little. It may seem a bit weird that I keep running over the same bit of ground again and again, but multiple passes make a difference with this machine. It's not fully effective on one pass. After 2 or 3, it gives you quite a smooth area to work on, which is kind of handy. I used the dump truck dumping into the hopper. That might have had something to do with the triple duck crash problem that I had. I'm not sure, but we won't be doing that again in a hurry. There's no need. With the ability to build a sell point, you don't need a dumper to run it anywhere. If there were sell points on the map which gave you a higher margin for certain materials, and you could separate certain materials using the conveyor system, then having piles of materials around to load into dumpers and send off would be a workable game mechanic. But stable game comes first, obviously, in this situation, because without stable game there will be no big machinery, there will be no anything. It's just the way it works. So you can see there's a little bit of colour difference, I think, from the areas that I've rolled and the areas that I haven't. I'm not sure about that, it might just be my mind playing tricks on me, who knows. But yeah, I'm liking where this game is going. We have taken a step back with the update. This is like the game was before the bulking system came in to try and fix the FPS problem last time. But as I say, I see no FPS problem at the moment. Now, I've seen a thing about refueling, people having problems with it. It's pretty simple really. These days, you just park next to this, press Q, and I don't see it. So zoom out a little bit, parking brake off, back up a bit more. Ah, there it is, it's hiding behind all of that. There's a little button hidden in there. There you go, now you see it. You click that button to refuel and it just fills up the vehicle. Job done. Warning about the parking brake. Turn that on. Park up over there. So yeah, we'll do that every so often from now on. Fuel becomes important. Fuel becomes important. So yeah, I'm building up this floor just to give me something to drive across really. And because a bit later on the bulldozer's going to come in here and start levelling stuff. So yeah. It'll need a few floor panels to do that on. May well end up ripping that one out where that tree is, but we'll see. We shall see. Time for some more digging. Now it is easier with these loaders to go into a bigger pile, but you don't want to go in really much bigger than the bucket height. Those are the kind of slices you need. Balls get stuck on the loader and it's kind of annoying. Yeah, we can live with it for the moment. I think you want a bit of distance between where you're digging and where you're unloading because it gives the terrain time to update. It's obviously something that's probably going to be worked on, so not anything really to worry about yet. Got rid of it, finally. Try not to grab another one. Just so everyone's clear, this isn't the main version of the game. It is the sort of beta developer edition, which you can apply to be part of by putting in a Steam code. It's somewhere either in the Discord or on Steam how to do that. And that gets you the early access to the new games, the new features, and all the new bugs. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And that's the thing about these. These are our early access and in development games. We fall in love with them, obviously, and we put a certain amount of time and effort into them. There we go. You see, I'm stuck under a piece of the terrain there. Should fix it. So you have to accept that with early access games. You have to accept the fact that they're going to change. Sometimes a games developer will design something one way and it won't work in a software sense, either in interactions with hardware or because it does something hoochie. Oh, I've got some bits jammed up in the hopper there. Still unjammed now. And you have to go back to square one, which is, I don't think this is back to square one. I think they've gone, it's back to an original version of the game that didn't have the FPS problem and developed it from there. But I'm not sure about that. I'm not a software guy. I just test this stuff out till it breaks. And there you go. I'm stuck under that little ridge that I left there. So you don't want to dig deep. This is a scraping game, but you want to scrape into something solid. So yeah, these structural works and stuff might be very useful. Okay. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the 501. I'm liking the action on it. Works quite well. Works very well, in fact. Whoops. That was not what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to go over the area with the roller again now. Never mind. Never mind. So yeah, that works quite nicely. Everything good. Now we're in some trouble. There we go, got out. So yeah, going deep is definitely a bad thing with this vehicle. Okay. Just curious about what's going on with some of these processes, because we have a pile of apparently waste material out of this side, which... Okay. And then there's a pile of apparent good stuff, which looks very similar. Interesting, considering that's all meant to be waste. Interesting. Scrape it up, go around with it, put it back through, see what happens. All about the experimentation, just to see what's going on, because there's something funny going on here. Definitely something funny. Definitely some calculations or something gone a bit wrong by the looks of that, but it might be deliberate. It might be that there's an efficiency thing here. $4.5 million. So yeah, money's definitely increasing, but I'm not sure how relevant it is to what I'm digging. scraping some of this back. So, looks like you can bulldoze quite well with the 501. No worries. Oh, I can't get used to this. Tab. Just tab to the next vehicle. It's going to be so much fun. The ability to look inside the machines to see what they're doing would be kind of handy as well. It'll get there. It'll get there. Go across here with the roller. Smooth it out a bit. So yeah, I'm liking what's going on with this. I am liking it, but excuse the mobile in the background if you can hear that. Right, let's got a bit of that built up. Crikey, just looked at the clock and realised how long this video is getting already. Guess this makes it the gameplay special. Park this up over here, out of the way. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay. Time for the dozer. think I'll try out the Legale this time. Didn't get it out last time, so. Okay, first thing that you do on getting in it is raise the blade. Because it does crazy stuff on landing to the terrain. Awesome. Pretty quick in reverse too. Seems to have a fairly big fuel tank compared to the roller. Mind you, bigger vehicle. I'm just going to go in at the back of this pile that I've been doing with the loader and just push it forwards. See what happens. Apparently it looks like the bulldozer's going to get stuck, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hey, that's a bit crazy. What's going on here? Why can't I adjust the blade? Says that's what they are. Not sure about that control binding. That one nearly made the hopper, so it can certainly push. So for clearing ground, it appears to be a demon. Interesting. Get out of it. that may come in very useful later on. And you can now put vehicles back in your inventory as well. So if I park this up, jump out of it, and then just look at the vehicle, press the inventory key for the number you want it on, straight back into the inventory. It'll be interesting to see whether that has fuel the next time I get it out. So, yeah. Do a bit more digging, it's what the game's about. It is what the game is about. So, yeah. The bulldozer did clear some material, even though it didn't look like it was building it back up. Which is very interesting. This has amazing potential. It's very smooth. Like, I am impressed. I'm also a little disappointed because of the lack of additional assets in the game, like certain things to do with the machinery, that kind of thing. But it's coming. That's the thing. As I said earlier about development games, they develop. It's sort of the cardinal rule that things are going to change, and whether it's for better, for worse, is debatable. But yeah, I've forgotten this vehicle is low on fuel. Need to fuel it up. Click the refuel button whilst in the inventory, and off you go. So we've still got 3.2 million. Okay. Interesting. Throwing it at the hopper works. It'll be fine. So yeah, I must be enjoying the game. We're coming up on an hour's gameplay. I'll probably leave it there, otherwise I'll be uploading till midnight. But my initial thoughts are that it's playing very nicely. There are things that need work. The accountancy system needs work. We seem to have lost a bit of definition in the actual game's textures and stuff, but that might clean up when I reset my settings and restart the game, reload it with the different settings. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm liking it. I am liking it. Yeah, too far. Don't fall off there. Yeah, it all appears to be working nice. I haven't noticed there's a little bit of juddering in the game occasionally when things are happening, but there is a lot going on, let's be honest. So yeah, all in all, there are some finicky bits. The construction needs work. Being able to snap the blocks to the hoppers would be kind of handy, but you can get around it with a little bit of smart construction, marking out how you're going to do things. It's not too hard. So yeah, in an hour's gameplay, got ourselves a little mine together. Got all the vehicles we need. You can have a bit of fun, start digging, start terraforming, see how deep you can get. I personally will be going there. I'm looking forward to a more polished version. Interesting texture effect off of that. Might just quickly solve that problem. Okie dokie. So yeah, all in all, I am enjoying myself. So thanks for joining me, everybody, and hopefully we'll have a bit more video content now that I'm starting to enjoy myself again. Doing some Space Engineers stuff as well. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Out of Ore may well be holding my time for a little while yet. So thank you very much for viewing, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.